Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of the new book, Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. If you want a copy of Twin Flame Romance, I'll show you how thick it is. 205 pages of advice and tips on how to get closer in reunion with your twin flame. There will be the links below to order it on Amazon via paperback or Kindle books. The Audible book is going to be coming out around mid-October. You can also order an author-signed copy with me. Go ahead and email me at michellefondinauthor@gmail.com for more details on that. And I want to thank you all who have booked a reading with me and have done the reading in the past month or so with me. And I want to just thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing and helping me make this transition into doing YouTube full-time, doing my readings full-time, and writing, of course, full-time, which is really my passion to help others on their journey, not only in the twin flame journey, but to just reach higher spiritual awareness as well as better health. So today we're going to talk about, this is Daily Inspiration for Twin Flames, number 4, and we're talking about receiving love. Now, most of us have a really easy time giving love, especially on this journey, especially if you're watching this video, that giving love for you is probably pretty darn easy. You're really able and capable to give love, especially as you're moving toward giving unconditional love. The bigger problem that we seem to have as light workers and empaths on this journey is receiving love, is being able to receive love. We mentioned in the earlier part of this series on Daily Inspiration for Twin Flames that loneliness is really a part of the journey, and that's really because much of what happens in this journey is happening in the spiritual plane, and those who really don't understand it truly don't understand it. Like, you might even say the word twin flame to someone who doesn't understand it and their eyes will gloss over. They don't even have the cognizance to be able to capture the idea of what that might mean. So if you want to share with family or friends and you start to see their eyes gloss over, that usually means they're not ready to receive that type of information. So therefore, in this journey, it can be really, really super easy, and I know I've caught myself in this situation several times. It can be really easy to not only feel lonely and isolated, but also to not feel loved, because the type of love that you receive from your twin is this unconditionally loving light that you experienced when you first looked into their eyes, when you first spoke words to them and had them speak to you. And that type of love is God consciousness love. That's really the level of receiving love from God, which is unconditional love. So it can be really easy when you're in separation, which you might be in separation from your twin, when you are in separation, to not feel that type of love. Therefore, you feel like you're not receiving love at all. And so I challenge you today, if you're watching this video today, I challenge you today to do an exercise to receive love, to be open to receiving love, to open your heart to receiving love, and to recognize and notice the gestures of love that the universe is handing to you. So this exercise is one that I came up with when I was really in a space where I was like dark and depressed about not receiving love from my twin. And I realized, first of all, that I need to be open to receiving love. That's the first epiphany that came to me, is that am I not open for some reason to receiving love? Like, I'm ready to give love, but am I not really open to receiving love? And so that was the first question I had to ask myself and say, like, okay, how can I prepare myself to better be able to be open to receiving love? Just have that open space, have that open heart, have the barriers and the walls be lowered so that I can be open to receiving love from my twin and from other people as well. That came to me because I was in this space of disappointment, sadness of not receiving love from my twin when I was so ready and willing to give him this unconditional love. And so that was one piece of the puzzle. The other piece of the puzzle was me noticing other people, situations, and circumstances bringing love in my direction and recognizing that. So oftentimes we're so caught up on one result or one outcome that we don't notice other things. So what I did in this exercise was I literally took out a piece of paper and put the date down, put the time that I was writing it, and put at the top underneath the date, receiving love, and like signs that I was receiving love. And so I first set the intention. So you can go ahead and do this today. Set the intention to actually be open to receiving love in all of love's forms, whatever that looks like for you. So just be open to receiving love, first of all, and be open to looking for those signs from the universe that you can receive love and that the universe is trying to give you love. So just be open and willing and ready to receive those signs, and then keep mindfulness about noticing what comes your way that day. If it's today, or if you're watching this late in the day, it could be for tomorrow. So, and you can even do this like every day. You can practice it for a week. You can practice it once a week, whatever you feel compelled to do if you are having difficulty receiving love. So take out a piece of paper, write down the date, write down the time, write down the words receiving love, and start to notice what comes your way. Now, it is really interesting, just the simple fact of setting that intention to being able to receive love. That day, that particular day that I did that, I received so much love from other people that it was insane. I just received text messages and phone calls from people that were unexpected. I didn't expect to receive these phone calls or text messages from people that I haven't talked to in a while, but I did. And it was kind of like the text messages were like, hey, I've just been thinking about you. How are you doing? And it was wild. It was uncanny how when you're ready to open and receive love, that God will send people your way to offer that gift of offering of love to you. And so I had some fabulous conversations that day, and it really came at the right time and place where I wasn't in a good space. So I was able to open my eyes to, hey, you know what? There really is a lot of love around me, and they are offering it to me. I just have to be open to receiving it. And you know, it's funny because like it'll come to you in unexpected ways as well. So one of the ways in which I was receiving love that day is that the washing machine in my building had been broken for like 4 weeks, and they still hadn't replaced the washing machine. So I had to go to a laundromat, and this is the second time I've had to go and just do all my laundry and kind of haul everything with me. And there was this lady who was tending to the laundromat, and you know, she was talking to people to and fro here and there. And at the end, when I was done with my laundry, I was walking out with the laundry basket, and she just said, "Yay, your laundry is done for the day. Congratulations." Or she just said something really positive and uplifting like that. And that was a gesture of love. Like that was a gesture of love that was unexpected, that I did not anticipate seeing, or that positivity and that positive feedback. And so like that was just but one example of the many things that happened the day that I decided to notice and to be open to receiving love. Now, the next day, which was really interesting, the next day that I decided to do this exercise, the love didn't quite come in as plentiful and readily as the first day that I was doing this. And one thing that I realized was that when you are not receiving love from the universe in open signs on a particular day, that it's time for self-love. And I do write about that in the book Twin Flame Romance. In fact, there's an entire section on fostering unconditional love for yourself and how to do that. And so the next day was my lesson in being able to receive self-love, being able to do things for myself that nurtured my body, that nurtured my soul, that nurtured my mind, everything to give back to myself. So it was a good lesson for me because I said, well, you know, it's not always the universe that's always going to offer you gestures of love every single day, just depending on where you are. Sometimes you'll receive a lot of things that do not look like love. But that is the time and space and place where you can give back to yourself in the way of self-love. Now, of course, the great reminder that we all have in this exercise is that we are always receiving divine love. It may not always be apparent, but if you pray about it, if you meditate on it, if you read passages from scripture, you know that that love from God is always there. It's ever present with you, and that truly you are never alone. And I love you. And in this community, we are all about perpetuating self-love, community love, and then love for the divine. So that's what this is about. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Really do this exercise. And I want you guys, if you can, please post in the comments below if this exercise worked for you in the way that it worked for me. It's pretty miraculous. Just set your intention to opening your heart, set your intention to noticing the signs of love that are coming your way, and you'll see the magic appear in your life. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell for notifications of new videos. Share this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for supporting me and supporting this channel and the work that I do. Buy a few books or support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I will see you in the next video.